Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. Happy Wednesday, everybody. The middle of the week, it's early morning. It is 6:36 Pacific West Coast time. But anyways, let's get right onto the action here. All right. So we got first. I just want to start off with Bitcoin. We got Bitcoin at 106,000. ETH is at 25.36. We got XRP at 235, and we got BNB 653, and we got let me see here. Solana's at 169, trading flat over the last 24 hours, down 6% for the 7 day. Ethereum is down 2.9% for the 7 day. Bitcoin is up 2.36% for the 7 day. Okay, fear and greed. We got the fear and greed now at 69. Altcoin index at 24, CMC 100 207, and the total market cap right now we have it at 3.3, yeah, 3.3 trillion market cap for the total cryptocurrency market cap. So things are looking good. 3.3 trillion, which that's 3 trillion, uh, 3 trillion 36 billion. So yeah, let's see here. All right, but what I do an update here on XR Sora. We are looking pretty good. We're at 36, 1436. I think yesterday, let's take a look at that 24-hour range. All right. Our low, our new 24-hour range, our low is 14,034, and our high is 14,041. So this is our 24-hour range here, what CoinGecko is showing. So that's looking pretty good. We're constantly finding newer lows and newer highs. I noticed yesterday, we dipped back down to 34, but then we quickly came back up to, like, 36, 37. So we've been in this, like, between 36 and 38 range for a good while. Go here on Dex Tools. I love Dex Tools. It shows everything in real time. Let me see here. Looking at the buy and sell ratio, we got the buy and sell ratio here. Um, at Yeah, a lot of people still buying. We are getting the sales, of course. People's always going to sell. Like I said, those are probably like most likely they're not long-term holders. The people that are selling, they're either day traders or swing traders. And notice, like I said in my previous videos, most of the people that's buying, most likely they're people who's already holding positions. They're just adding to it and buying the dips and everything. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Loading up on the dips. I'm gonna be at 500 quadrillion pretty soon. That's where I'm gonna be at. You know, um, I feel like, I came a long way from, like, just over 200 quadrillion now to almost 500 quadrillion over the next. I've been loading up over the last 2 months, ever since we had that big 3,000% pump, um, about, a month and a half ago. Then after that, we came all the way back down into like the, I think 18, 14 zeros, 18. But if you look at that, yeah, if you look at about the month and a half, close to 2 month um, range, our high was about 13 zeros. We already broke that 2 zeros from that original pump from almost 2 months ago when we did that 30x. I don't know if you guys remember when we did that 30x in 1 week. A lot of us original holders, who started buying more at 15 zeros, it did that 30x and within that week, and that put a lot of us in the green, in the deep in the green. So, like, even the people who didn't sell and take profits, we still just been loading up on the dips, and we're still up over 12, 1,300%. Even people like me who didn't take profits, last month when we did that 30x in 1 week. But yeah, since then I've just been loading the dips like crazy. Like I said, I went from, like, just over 200 quadrillion. I'm getting close to 500 quadrillion coins now. But yeah, the tokenomics is pretty crazy. But we're looking at our market cap liquidity. More and more liquidity is slowly getting into XR. We are looking good. We're a long way to go, man. The fact that we're only at a 1 million, just over like a 1.2 or 3 million market cap, and we definitely going to get back up to 13 zeros. And a lot of us, we're going to be up nice in profits once we get, break that zero and get back up to 13 zeros like we were about, a month and a half ago. So let's see here. And as you can see, people are definitely, the proof is in the pudding. People are buying, um, despite whatever FUD people try to bring on us, whatever. As you can see, the dips are constantly getting bought. You can see all these buys right here. A lot of them are small increments, but I believe these are people who's already holding. But anyways, let's take a look at the buy and sell ratio right here. So looking at that 7 day, you can clearly see there's 500. It says 572 sales worth 121,000 versus um, 1,015 buys, 128,000. So you can clearly see that it's a lot more buys. Of course, it's smaller increments, but I believe that people who's been buying are people who's already holding, the coin, and people who are selling. Obviously, these are probably just day traders or swing traders. They're not really holding long term. Um, Let me see here. And then looking at that 24-hour chart, you can clearly see 71 sales worth over 9,637 versus 105 buys worth just over 12,000 and 204. So yeah, clearly, the buy sell ratio, you can clearly see the people who's buying are these are more long term holders versus, like I said, the day traders or swing traders. That's how it goes. Looking at that 6 hour chart, that look at the 6 hour, this 6 hour, um, I no, I said chart, my mistake, but this 6 hour time frame right here. Look at the 6 hour time frame. You know, uh, 1,300 331 in buys, 25, 25 trade orders of transactions. Look at that versus 16 sales worth 652. So you can clearly see that this is getting bought up. That Sora XR is definitely getting bought up. The proof is in the pudding right here on Dextos. That's why I'm glad when I was told about this. Um, and we're looking good. We look like we're back up to 37. We're at 14 zeros 37. It's only going to be a matter of time before we pump back into the 40s. And I can see Bitcoin yesterday. Let me see here. Bitcoin actually we hit it went up to 100 and yeah, Bitcoin went up to 100 and 100 and what 7 yesterday. Yeah, Bitcoin hit 107. Well, let's take a look at that 1 day chart. It went up to 107,995. Wow. So Bitcoin actually almost hit 108K yesterday. I think the all-time high was 109 for Bitcoin. Take a look at that 1 year chart. Um, but yeah, the 1 year chart here shows. I think it. No, I think it was higher than this, but I think it was between 108, 109. But yeah, looking at the 1 week. Clearly see Bitcoin, looking at that 1 week or 1 day, 107,995 was a high yesterday. So I have a feeling Bitcoin, if Bitcoin get another major pump, we could possibly see 108, 9 Bitcoin probably by tonight. You never know. We could possibly even see 110 Bitcoin going into this weekend. Today's Wednesday. Bitcoin is at 106,000. You know, and yesterday it almost hit 108 yesterday. So we could possibly see, definitely possibly see 110 Bitcoin. I noticed that it's finding new higher highs and new higher lows. And then taking a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is doing this thing. It's moving kind of slowly. At the end of the day, Ethereum is still up 56% for the month. It went on a pretty big run over the last couple of weeks. I think Ethereum went up. Let's take a look at the monthly. Yeah, Ethereum went up to 2,728. So yeah, Ethereum went on a pretty good run from like what was it, 16, 1,700 all the way up to like 2,700. So yeah, Ethereum had a pretty good run over the last month. But looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum though, altcoins, ironically, altcoins are not really pumping like I would have thought they would have. They're not pumping like I would have thought, but it's only like I said, we just got to stay locked and loaded. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be one of the greatest altcoin runs ever. Like I said, we're just at the beginning stages where um, things are going to be set in place. Regulations are coming. I guess that big money just hasn't, got into the low cap utilities, yet, not just yet, but we're definitely going to be there eventually. Like I said, we just got to stay locked and loaded. I know months back when people who got out of crypto sold out, said it was over. There's no old season or the bull run already passed back in 2024. We already had the bull cycle. No, you guys are going to be kicking yourself in the ass come like by the end of this year, by this summer, by this fall going into 2026. But yeah, but anyways, we have it. Also do another one on XPR Network. Okay, we got XPR Network at it's still in the same range it's been for the last few months in the 30s. Right now it's at 2035. But like I said, XPR is up 200% for the last year. I remember when I first did my first video on XPR. That was many months back. It was at 2018 when I first learned about XPR. First, I didn't know nothing about it. I now started diving deep, doing research on it. This is the real deal. If you don't know about XPR, you definitely better go to their website, go to their Twitter X page, and find out what they're about. I've been dropping videos on XPR for months now. But yeah, but anyways, uh, it's definitely real deal what they're doing behind the scenes. Um, but yeah, they're already, long story short, they're already ISO compliant, and the government is going to be using this, and they're already working with like Ripple, whatever the Metallicus, whatever. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I think the powers that be they're still keeping it on a hush hush at 2035. We've been sitting in the 30s for a good while now, but it's only going to be a matter of time. Everybody who's holding the big positions on the XPR, hey, don't get impatient. This is this is definitely a game of patience. You definitely got to know what you hold with XPR Network. This is going to be huge. Long story short, that with the also with the metal blockchain. But anyways, that's my update for XR and XRP, Bitcoin, ETH. Things is looking good. Like I said, XR. Like I said, we're definitely over the next few months. We're definitely going to be in some life changing gains with XR. Only the sky's the limit where this is going to go. Um, I'm thinking when this coin explodes, it's going to explode hard. With XR, a lot of us we're holding huge, amounts of tokens, with this coin. But anyways, man, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna get out of here. By the way, my the link is going to be in the description for my private Patreon group at the bottom left. I got, back-to-back content over there. I got back-to-back content. I got, content I've been doing for the last, up to 8 months that you're not going to see on a regular channel. Like I said, I've been calling these low cap utility plays for like 4 years now. Definitely get on over, don't miss out. We got a community over there. We're growing. We cover crypto news. We keep you up with the latest and greatest, what's going on in the community. You can contact me directly as well. Definitely get over to Patreon. Hey, $15 is a good deal. 15 bucks a month, you're not gonna miss out. Hey, one of the best deals in crypto. Our community is definitely growing over there. But anyways, anybody like that? If you're new to the channel, you want to get that extra content, catch these plays before they explode. Definitely get on over there. The link is going to be in the description on the bottom left. Or hey, if you'd like to donate to the channel, PayPal, VENMO will be in the description as well. That keeps me growing, helps the channel and everything. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's go XR and XPR Army. Let's do it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.